Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This week's a very special week. Let me tell you why. We're gonna be having a full moon in the sign of Leo for the Vedic followers and Virgo for Western followers. So there you go. So, Arya, what is a full moon? What's all this rave about this, and why is this full moon very special? Good question, babies. Good question. Let me tell you why. So, the moon has cycles that keep repeating, and it starts from a new moon where you can't necessarily see the moon at all. That kind of phase, right? You remember that, right? And then it moves to waxing crescent, then the waxing gibbous phase, then to the full illumination of the moon, which is called the full moon, right? And then it goes to waning gibbous phase, then waning crescent, and then to the new moon again. And this cycle constantly repeats itself in and about 30 days, every 30 days, right? It keeps on repeating. So the significance of the full moon is such that the moon, as represented in tarot and astrology, represents hidden feelings, emotions, truths that are under the surface, intuition, memories, what one needs to feel secure. It's our emotional needs, it's our emotional expression, it's our internal self. How are we receiving the world, right? It's one thing that things happen to us in our 3D reality, but how do we perceive it? How do we feel about it? That's the moon, right? We subconsciously always seek those people, places, and situations in order to fulfill our own needs, in order to feel stable and secure, As they say, we are all searching for a stable ground at the end of the day, right? The full moon is the full illumination of all of these things that I initially said and talked about the full moon and the moon, what it represents, right? So it's basically enlightenment and illumination and recognition of all those subconscious, preconscious, and unconscious memories, and the need to bring it out to our conscious reality in order for us to become more aware and contemplate and adjust our sails if need be. It's the divine feminine energy that we all have within us, male or female. I don't care about your sex or gender, I don't care. We all have divine feminine while divine masculine energy within us, divine masculine being the sun. So there you go. And it's our ability to relate to and love others that comes from the moon, right? It's our ability to how we relate to our environment that comes with the moon. So we got to keep it clean. Yes, in order for us to receive the goodness of our environment, we need to keep it clean. We need to be aware of how are we perceiving things, and if there is something difficult within us, then we need to process it and let it go so that we can move on to next better thing, right? Because we have good feelings to experience too, right? So it's a choice. Again, it's a choice to go down that moonscape, to go down that secret lane about things that we have been carrying within ourselves, good for us, bad for us, anything, whatever. And it's a total lunar eclipse too that's happening. That happens probably every few years, that total lunar eclipse. That's what's happening this year too. So it is going to have a very significant effect on all of us since it's a total lunar eclipse. Usually it's penumbral, umbral, or partial lunar eclipse. So it doesn't have that kind of effect, but this year it's going to be very significant. So wherever you have Leo for Vedic followers, and then Virgo for Western followers, wherever it is placed in your chart, astrological chart, look at the house that it's in, that sign is sitting in. That's where you're going to feel it the most, and that's what's going to be transformed the most, and that's what's going to carry that potent energy of, things need to shift here, or we need to shift our beliefs about how we associate ourselves with this particular house and the elements of this house. So yeah, there you go. Depending on your moon sign and rising sign specifically, you can look at that. Your moon chart as well. That also counts by putting your, excuse any background noise, by putting your moon sign in your first house, and that's how you calculate where your basically full moon is happening. That will affect your internal self and how you feel like things are affecting you on a personal basis. While rising sign manifests itself in the 3D reality, so what's going to happen in the 3D world around you. Now, we can understand where things might need our focus at the moment and how we can better deal with the elements associated with those houses, right? So whatever that we have been suppressing, repressing, not looking towards, avoiding, being in that delusion or denial about, we need to get a hold of all those truths, baby. We need to look at all of those things today, yes? So I'm going to be including tarot as well in this, but the thing is, again, we need to look at the astrological placements as well. I'm not doing the astrology reading today because of certain reasons, but again, if you know how to read your chart, then you can get an idea about things related to every houses. That's what's going to be affected. The values around, the beliefs around those aspects is going to be affected the most, and that needs more transformation. And so yeah, there you go. Take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse energies as it applies, and if it does not resonate, kindly check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one, babies. Yes? So let's go. Hi Pisces, so this is going to be your reading, and before we get into the reading, this is going to be any sort of truths that we need to consolidate ourselves towards, or that we need to look at this full moon and in the coming few months. That's your reading, right? And then we need to look at what needs to be let go of, or what changes do we need to make in our life in order to better ourselves, in order to better understand ourselves and our life and take it to a higher plane of existence. And then we need to understand where we should be putting our energy towards, and in order to manifest the best of ourselves and the best for ourselves, what could give us positive results. So let's look at what any sort of truths that you've been hiding within yourself, or probably that needs to be looked at, or something that's hidden from you. Let's look at that. So moon can be anything, and moon is your power card too, so it's going to be your season soon. If you are following the Vedic astrology, and if you are following the Western astrology, then happy birthday, Pisceans. It's with regards to your happiness, and there is somebody with you that we wish to connect with, somebody I don't know who is who. So there is a masculine and there's a feminine here. Again, if you identify as the masculine or the feminine, it does not matter. I feel like there are two people here, and they both understand that they make each other really happy, really happy. Somebody is more passionate and the other one is more practical, as well as reliable, stable ground figure. And the other person is more ambitious, goal driven, and passionate and fiery, and that charming person, while the other person is the nurturer, the caretaker, the provider at home, more in a more feminine way, in a more service oriented way, right? Somebody might be into cooking or cleaning and stuff. I don't know where did I get it from, or you probably might be cooking or cleaning here while listening to this reading. So there you go. Okay, so I feel like somebody recognizes that something makes us happy and that we want to pursue it. I feel like that's the masculine energy that wants to pursue. So for easy understanding, I'm going to default it as you, Pisces, the masculine energy, but again, reverse energies as it applies. I feel like somebody had a lesson here to stop blocking their fire, to stop blocking their natural instinct, and to stop blocking their natural feelings towards what made them happy. If it made them happy, they need to stop blocking it, and they need to stop refraining from it. I am getting very strong Leo energy here because the Seven of Wands is Leo card, and the King of Wands, kings are, well, fixed signs, so it's Leo. And then the Sun also sometimes represent a lot in a lot of tarot. Well, in tarot community, a lot of people believe that the Sun card is the power card for Leos, but again, that's controversial topic. We are not going to get into that. To simplify it, I feel like there has been a lesson for somebody to stop. Again, I'm associating it with the wand energy here, to stop actually not trusting somebody's own sense of instinct and fire. If you feel something for somebody, if you feel passion, if you feel that hope, if you feel that forward momentum and that inspiration to move towards somebody, that's all that's want, right? The fire, passion, forward momentum, inspiration, hope for something bigger than just the mundane. If you feel all of that for somebody, then you should not be blocking it. And somebody had a lesson in that, and they are realizing it. I feel like it's happening. Again, if this is you, then it's happening to you and you're recognizing it. And if this is not you, then I feel like you don't realize that somebody's going through this, but it's being shown to you by the spirits here for you to get an idea that somebody is realizing a lot about how they might have blocked you in the past, and they could have had it all. Yeah, there's a lot of feeling of being seen, you know. But the idea of manifesting this from a sense of pride, from a sense of vanity needs to be let go of, from a sense of ego point of view. Like, look at me, I got their attention, they are in my back pocket, or that they look good, that's why I get associated with them, or that they have a good resume and they have a good presentation on paper or on in real time, you know, or they physically look good, they make me look good in the society. We need to stop attaching ourselves through that point of view for some reason. There was a lot of things that we used to connect to out of vanity. And again, it's a twofold situation. You participated to, if this was, I am guessing it's the King of Wands here that connected to you with, or connected to with somebody out of vanity. We need to stop doing that. But then again, the other person also needs to stop accepting that. If somebody is insisting on communicating or connecting with you out of vanity and out of pride, and if they think just that about you, then you have a say in that as well. You have a responsibility in that. You need to take accountability for the fact that you are an active participant too. There are two people that constitutes a relationship. Nobody can do things to you that you don't necessarily allow them to. Again, I'm not talking about abuse here. I'm talking about somebody connected to you out of attraction that they felt towards you, out of vanity, out of pride, out of ego, that look, I can have them. If I want their attention, I have them. I got it. I just need to put out one message and they'll be here at my altar. That's wrong. That's wrong. Look at how they worship me. It's kind of like that, ego-y. I think that's what happened in the past, and somebody needs to let go of that ideology. That needs to change. That needs to transform. Connecting with people, places, and situations out of ego and for the ego's sake. And somebody else also needs to stop accepting that behavior on somebody else's part. It's twofold here, the lesson. And the changes needs to be incorporated from the both sides if we are to experience happiness and stability in this relationship. Otherwise, we are golden. Yeah, look at that. Somebody has been thinking about it in their downtime, about communicating with their heart space. If they were to be honest and they were to stop blocking, over time that changed, that block came down, and they are now starting to think critically about the situation, about how it affects them and about how they experience it, personally speaking, and how it makes them feel, and what do they want to do with it. Let's see what you should be manifesting or what you should be putting your energy towards. There's a lot of pain that you're carrying here. You need to look at that. I feel like you're shying away from actively. If I were to tell you, if you are the Pisces that actively is trying to deny, acknowledging that you are hurt and that you are still grieving, or that you have a lot of pain in your heart, you will probably not know. I don't think the Pisces is even watching it, and even if you are watching it, let me tell you, you won't believe that this is you, because that's how deeply rooted this is. It's like you sidestep it like a piece of cake, like a plague. It's kind of like, you know, I feel sad, I feel like I'm grieving, I'm in a lot of pain, emotional pain, I feel left out, I feel abandoned, I feel broken, but I'm not going to accept it. No, I'm not feeling all of that. I'm not feeling all of that. It's like you're saying it over and over again. I'm not feeling all of that. No, I'm not feeling all of that. I'm not hurt. And then you are even sidestepping that. It's like, I'm not even going to think about I'm not feeling that. You know? I'm not going to even insist upon the fact that, you know, I'm not hurt. It's not even that. You are actively trying to not think about anything at all. Yeah, there needs to be a lot of healing that needs to be done over a connection here that felt really in and out, that felt really unstable and not so grounded in reality. And you felt like you did not know where your place was. It was like you were trying to find some sort of solid grounding with this person in this person's life, in this connection with them, but you couldn't find it, and you gave it a lot of time and patience, but the thing is it only stressed you out, and it only added to your sense of loss and remorse and regret. And now at this point you're like, no, I'm not hurt, I'm not even going to think about it, it does not affect me, it does not matter. No, it does not matter. I want new, and I'm going to move towards it. Watch me go. There we go. Watch me go. The Death, Ten of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles over a relationship. You can't tell me that a relationship ended like that. You are showing me all the ending and abandonment cards, and this too as well, which is the Five of Cups. So you're showing me all sorts of abandonment cards and ending cards. You can't tell me that you were not hurt by it. It was that magnificent that you had to show me 3 cards of abandonment as well as the 4th to prove that this has ended. You are putting your energy towards new. It's like, look at me go. I am going towards the new thing only. But the thing with that is, you feel like it's fair, but it's coming from the devil's space, which is, again, for some reason somebody has a pattern. It could be you, again, I don't know. But it's that person who has a defensive character here. Somebody who's very defensive and somebody who's very blocking kind of person. They're not big on being honest with themselves. So whoever this is, I feel like whenever they feel like they effed up or they feel that feeling of loss and regret, they don't even want to process it. They just move on to the next. It's like, next. That was not fair. I'm going to make the next thing fair to me. That's the right thing to do. That's the karma. Right? That's my karma, to focus on the new. To not look back. To not process anything that are my old fears and patterns. And it's patternized at this point. It's like, move on to the new without processing the old. Or what did we learn from it? Where did we come from? What we should be doing differently. It's like you are actively trying not to think about this person, but the thing is, you feel abandoned from their energy, and you still, if you were to be honest at any one point in time, you would let yourself know that you want to emotionally harmonize with this person, that you want to connect with this person real bad, you know, that you want to work things out with this person. This is a soul bond here that we had an argument, fight, or a bad ending with, and it was like, it was not pretty at all. But the thing is, if we were to lean into our more rational side, it would tell us to work things out. Hey, Pisces, work things out with this connection. It could be reversed, so take it as it resonates. This person is very passionate, whoever this person is that we need to work things out with, that we feel that it's our equal. Again, the feminine energy is the receiver, the masculine energy is the one who's creating all of the fuss here. So if this does not resonate, kindly check your other placements, all right? But somebody is very passionate, somebody is very family oriented here. I feel like they prize themselves, they take a lot of pride in the kind of relationships they cultivate in their life, which is more emotion based and emotionally fulfilling relationships that are stable and grounded in reality. They pride themselves in it, and it's like they show all of their passion and towards that. It's going to come in with a tower. Yeah, there's a tower that's yet to happen. I can't make this ish up even if I tried. Let me tell you very clearly. Look at this. It's the same person that we want to work things out with, that we had a fight with. I feel like there's going to be a tower moment in the future. I don't know how future it is, but In the future, there's going to be a tower moment where things are going to come crashing down, and you're going to realize a thing or two about how you used to balance up with this person. Was it fair? How were you giving to this? How were they giving to this? Was it fair? Was I being generous? Did I give it my all? Did I give it my best of energy to really say that, okay, I can move on now to the next thing because I gave it my all. I don't need to worry about any sort of regret because I gave it my all and I am at peace with it. Did that happen? I feel like there's going to be a moment that's going to be a very harsh realization about our contribution to the situation and somebody else's contribution to the situation. Did we give our undivided attention when we were connecting with this person or balancing up with this person? Were we honest with them? Were we genuine and intentional with them? Or were we taking it for granted and taking it for the vanity purposes? Like, they make me feel good and that's all that matters. I don't care. They make me look good. They are somebody of equal stature. That's why I love connecting to them, because if we walk into a room together holding hands, haha, people will look at us and they'll be like, look at that couple. That's what I want. And that's why I want to connect with this person. That was the vanity stuff, right? Meeting up with somebody for status, for money, for sex, anything for that matter. We need to move beyond that. We need to transform our energy beyond that in order to be able to work things out ever with this person, or to have any sort of new genuine beginning. You don't need to go back to this person. Even if you are to have a new beginning after having consolidated yourself over the lessons that you've learned and acquired from this, then you need to understand that the devil wouldn't be here. You have a pattern in, it's like, moving on. It did not matter anyway. I did not get affected. Read my lips. I did not get affected. I wouldn't be seeing the devil here if it was believable, if it was really honest. So somebody's not being honest with themselves about how they operate in their life. And again, it's a devil situation. It's a very patternized thing for somebody. They are used to doing this. They are habituated at doing this. And if they were to be honest with themselves, they will understand that, oh, this person was not just hot, but they were also somebody really worthy. Really worthy. They could have offered me a lot of stability. And I just probably boxed them into attraction purposes only kind of category. That was not fair. I feel like I can see a 10 of Cups situation with this person. I feel like I can be a part of their emotional family. I can emotionally harmonize with them, and I can give and receive love in this situation. Not because I have to, but because I really want to, genuinely want to. So yeah, there you go. I hope this helped, Pisces, and I'll see you in the next one. Yes? Take care.